Ladies and gentlemen, red giants and white dwarves, it's Starstruck with your host, Johnny Cosmo.
Well, good evening to all you beautiful balls of hydrogen and helium out there in the audience. Glad to see all of you are out here fusing, or at least most of you. Man, have you all been keeping up with the most recent stuff out there? There's a lot of hot gossip about Beetlejuice. A lot of sources like NASA are saying that he's reportedly run out of helium in his core. The guy's not fusing the stuff anymore. But come on, guys. We're not just all gossip here. The sun lately has been making some big moves. Lately, out in the Milky Way, just recently, the Parker Solar Probe has observed a sun-directed jet of particles made of protons and heavy ions, elements with extra electrons, which honestly, good for them. If you're into heavy ions shooting out like laser beams. And Katy Perry, what about her? Isn't it a little ironic that President Trump slashed almost 50% of NASA's science budget, and now we get Katy up in space? But I suppose that happens when you put a reality star in charge of a budget. You don't get researchers looking up at the stars anymore. You end up with a pop star doing a photo shoot right next to Alpha Centauri. All right, everyone. Let's settle down. Look, I've interviewed all the big shot stars out there. I'm talking the Sun, Polaris. I know you like her on the show. Even Alpha Centauri. But tonight, I'll be having the honor of hosting the second brightest celestial being seen from Earth, just right behind the Sun. But first place in our hearts. They're a hard hitter at 4.5 billion years old, and they might as well be the true star as Earth's only natural satellite. Everyone, please welcome the Moon. First things first. Do you want me to call you the Moon or Moon?
Hi, Johnny. It's such an honor to be on the show. Well, the Moon is usually how I'm referred to by those who know of me, but not me in particular.
And what's it like for you being the second brightest celestial being in space? Come on. We're all jokes here.
Oh, Johnny. Really, quite honestly, you always are the instigator. Well, I have no issue with it, really. I don't. The Sun and I are great friends. We go back a long ways, and I don't really feel any certain way about that drama people think we have going on. I'm not a star. I don't fuse. So really, you cannot compare where you don't compete.
Oh, you heard that right, folks. You cannot compare where you don't compete. So if you're watching this Jimmy Fallon, you know the answer to who shows better every time you ask Google. But now look, Moon, I gotta ask you now, how is it possible that you have this light to you, this beautiful glow to you, if I do say so myself?
Well, it's the one thing that a lot of people don't know about me. My name is always in the tabloids, and NASA, frankly, is obsessed with me. But the everyday man doesn't know a whole lot about why I have light, so I say let's clear that up.
Yeah.
My light is a reflection of the light the sun herself emits. I, myself, do not produce any of my own light.
Fascinating. Really fascinating. But how is it possible that you reflect light.
Mainly because of my own rocky and dusty surface. The sun's light, and, it reflects off of me. But while you can see this side of me, the other side is just all darkness.
Can you show us your dark side?
You're too much, Johnny. The people on Earth have never seen my dark side from down there. Well, I actually prefer to call it my far side, but they've never seen it. However, they do see me in different phases, because one of my days is 29 and a half Earth days.
29 and a half days, people. So that's when we see you debuting your crescent, your waning gibbous, and such, right?
That's exactly correct.
My next question for you, Moon, I think would be, what is it that you're made of? There's a lot of rumors out there about what you're made of, and a lot of them frankly say that you're made of cheese.
Cheese? Good heavens, I'm not made out of cheese, darling. That's what the Wisconsinites and the Swiss would want you to think.
So you're not made of cheese. That's off the slate. So what are you made of?
Well, look, here's what I'll tell you, to be really quite honest. I started off with a rough history of collisions and hot flowing lava, but as I cooled down as a youngling, I've come to contain anorthosite, breccia, basalt, and lunar soil.
Now, I think we'd all like to know, how is it that you control the Earth's waves 235,800 miles away?
Well, really, I myself don't control the Earth's waves per se, but rather more that my gravity pulls at Earth, and in turn, it shifts her mass. Her mass effectively elongates at the equator and shortens her poles. My gravity essentially pulls at almost every point of hers, meaning every point of water I'm closest to is affected.
From the moon themselves, folks.
The only thing is, her tides don't align perfectly with mine, because I orbit in the same direction that she rotates in.
So basically what you're telling me is she's just always in your orbit.
Well, more like I'm always orbiting her. But I promise, it's strictly just work. We have no beef.
The last time someone orbited me, I had to get a restraining order on them.
Oh my goodness, look at the time, Johnny. It's getting late. I think I'll show everyone my dark side before we end off the show tonight.
Oh my. You're completely right. Oh boy. Well, is our audience ready to see that dark side to you?
I think so, Johnny. Here we go.